Okay, everyone. Today I'm going to be playing Digimon World 1, and I'm actually going to 100% the game. I have retro achievements enabled on my emulator, so hardcore mode, so there's gonna no save stating, no rewinding or anything. We're gonna get our Digivice from Digimon, and he's gonna give us Agumon. I believe this is asking for my name first. So I'm going to give him my name as Retro. Where's D? There it is. There we go. Retro, is that right? Yes, it is. What's my Digimon's name? We got an Agumon. Let's name him Achiever. He is going to be doing a lot for us, and I can only get Achieve. That's fine. Yes, Achieve is right. Good name. Okay. So now I'm not going to make you watch all of the story of this game because it is long and boring. And trust me, you don't really care. We get sucked into a Digivice, and we're in the digital world, and then Digimon talks to us for about 10 hours. It's quite an ordeal. But speaking of what we're going to be doing in this playthrough, getting all the achievements in this game includes getting all of the medals, recruiting all the Digimon, digivolving all of the Digimon, doing, I believe, all of the main tournament types, and I think that's it. There's a total of 219 achievements for this game. So, it's going to be quite the thing. This is Digimon just letting us know. It is weird, if you look at the game when you upscale it, only certain Digimon are upscaled. I assume that's because, I don't know. I know why our Digimon is, because he moves and stuff, but it doesn't explain why Digimon and Tokomon are upscaled as well, but the rest aren't. And see, and then you go in here, and they are upscaled, so I don't know. The only Digimon who I believe never gets upscaled is, what is it, Poyomon? Whatever the red one's name is, I forget. Maybe it's Gigimon? I can't remember. But he's just telling us about what's going on in the digital world right now, how it's in trouble, and we need to save it. So that's the gist of how this game starts. Every time you start this game, there's two things you're going to want to do. One is go right back into here right after the game forces you out. And you're going to want to talk to Tokomon because he gives you a handful of items that are very useful. Next is you're going to want to go to Tanamon and get some meat. And I talked to him too many times. Oh well. See, this is Punimon? Ah, it's Punimon, not Poyomon. And we're not going to rest right now. But I don't know why he doesn't get upscaled, but basically everybody else does. Poyomon's the ghost-looking Digimon. I don't think he's... I don't know where he is at the start, but I do know he enters the shop once you get there. Actually, I think he's in the back left of Digimon's hut. So this is Tanamon. Tanamon gives you 3 meat every single day. As soon as you upgrade the shop with Palmon on usually day 1 or 2, you can get 3, I think it's called huge meats a day. And those just give you basically double the amount of food. It also lets you buy meat from them instead of just getting 3 per day and that's it. If you pick Gabumon, you're definitely going to want to upgrade fast because Gabumon eats a lot. Okay, so I'm going to start out the day with health. You want to do health training and MP training on your very first days because those do not go up with you. All your other stats, as you train them, will be automatically upped. And he's hungry, so let's give him some food. We got 3 meat from Tokomon and 3 meat from Tanamon, so should be enough for him for the first few days. I'm going to show you right here, there is 2 different types of training. There is normal training, which I will always do, and there's the bonus try. It's actually rigged in the base version of this game where it's, I wouldn't say unwinnable, but very hard to win. So if you fail, it only gives you half the normal points, so you don't really want to do it. And then we're going to train MP to 1,000. I'm going to go for Greymon on this run. So I'm going to have to get all of my stats up to 100, and that goes to 1,000 for MP and HP. My little Agumon here needs to take a little dookie, so we're going to take him to the bathroom right over here. And I think I might get Sealamon day 1. Depends on what it's looking like that time of day. You can only get Sealamon at sunset. When the first time you talk to Sealamon has to be at sunset. I believe the second time after the bridge is repaired can be at any time of day. I'm gonna train once when he's hungry. It's not gonna affect him as a training mistake or anything. So I'll go over the training mistakes real quick. The training mistakes in this game are very specific. So number 1 is if you don't feed him until his food bubble goes away. So you can train him while the food bubble's still there. It doesn't do anything. As long as it doesn't go away, you're good. Same with sleeping. Sleeping only counts as a training mistake if you wait until the sleep bubble goes away, which is the entire sleep cycle. Day, night, whatever it is for that particular Digimon. Pooping on the ground is a training mistake just out right there. Overtraining is a complicated one. So overtraining starts when you get those teardrops above your head. The teardrops just mean that you're close to starting to get a training mistake. They do in fact lower your happiness and discipline if you get the bubbles, but they aren't a training mistake. The only way overtraining becomes a training mistake is when you're getting 1 stat per training. So right now I'm getting 80 MP and 2 defense. If I was getting 1 and 1, I'd be getting a training mistake at the moment. I'm gonna go one more time. Now after this, he's probably going to want to go to sleep, but he's not going to because I want Sealamon. So I'm just going to keep him awake for a little bit. It's not going to do anything particularly bad. When you go to sleep, it doesn't matter how late it is. You're always going to wake up at the same time for your Digimon. Different Digimon have different activity cycles where they wake up at different times. We can actually look before we get attacked by this Agumon here. Our Digimon has day, so I believe that means he wakes up at the early morning. This is going to be our first fight. Agumon's going to take it easy. Nope. Low diff. As you can see up there in the top right, my HP and MP are low. That's just because I trained them higher than they were by default. They only go up on sleeping or resting. They don't just go up by natural regeneration or anything. You can also give them small recoveries and MP floppies during battle. These both give 500 HP and MP respectively. A restore is when your Digimon goes down. You can use a restore to pick it back up. You have 5 seconds after you lose all of his HP. Medicine is for when your Digimon is critically damaged. A bandage is for when they're lightly damaged. Damage just means like if you end the fight with low HP, you have a chance of getting damaged or hurt. And so you need a bandage, and if you don't use a bandage fast enough, then you'll need a medicine. But, oh, see, I went down there. Did not expect to, but... Oh no, he went down. My bad. I saw the 0 and thought it was me. Normally you don't go down from this Agumon even with base stats, so I wasn't expecting to, but thought I did somehow. Agumon's gonna now join us in the city, and that should be achievement number 1. You should see it pop up here. There it goes. Cretaceous period. He dropped a small recovery for us too. Now that this Agumon has been cleared out of this area, there will be Betamon, Madoki Betamon spawning here during the day, and I believe it's Dokunamon spawning at night. So we'll have to dodge those from now on. But there is no way of going through that area without fighting Agumon that I'm aware of. So it's a necessary evil. Vegemon, could you... There we go. Just get out of my way, Vegemon. Nobody has to fight. So I have to go the long way around to get to Sealamon in day 1, because I have not yet recruited this Kunamon right there. Once you recruit him, you get a faster way of getting her over here, but that's for later me, not for right now. as soon as I talk to Sealamon, I'm going to go and sleep. Because even though I don't technically get a training mistake from keeping him up, your happiness and discipline will go down over time if you keep them up. So it's better to go to sleep as soon as you can instead of waiting. And I've been told that this pronunciation is Sealamon, not like Koalamon or anything. I don't know if that's the truth, but that's what I'm going to go with. Jumping over their heads, kind of in their bodies, but that's whatever. Now we're at the tropical jungle. This opens up a lot of stuff for us. It opens up Betamon, who's over here. It opens up getting... Who else? Piximon is over here, but that one is a time-based one. It has a chance to spawn every single hour of the day. And we can get to a lot of different regions through here. And actually, one of those regions is probably something I should proc right now. There's an invisible bridge that you need to go to. The first time you step on it, it will not let you pass. It'll say like, oh, this is dangerous or something. Then all you have to do is go talk to Uramon, and he will tell you that there's an invisible bridge there and you can pass it. So just for time's sake, if I go over there now, we'll be saving some time later. The only thing you need to be wary of doing this is that you are very weak, and these Digimon are not super strong, but also not super weak either, so you probably don't want to be dealing with them at the moment. Great Canyon entrance, here we are. This is one of my favorite games. I've played it quite a few times. Oh no, it's dangerous. And now if we go back and talk to Uramon, he'll tell us about the bridge here. That is a Gatsumon. We just passed the rock guy. He's a pretty cool dude. I wish you could get him in this game, but this game has very few Digimon you can actually Digivolve into. Oh, there's a mushroom that spawned. Oh, and there's an achievement for grabbing a mushroom. Did not know that was an achievement. So, spawns on the ground like that in this game are per screen. So if you have a rare item that spawns on a certain screen, you can just go back and forth until it spawns. There's like a blue apple spawn that does that, and blue apples are really nice because they raise your happiness. And they're pretty filling too. I think they're like count as 3 food, which is equivalent to a sirloin, which you don't get until a bit later. There's a mushroom behind that Sukamon, but it's not worth getting for me. This is the bridge unlock. Bridge over digital water. That's 3 achievements already. We're running through this. He's hungry, saw him feed. That's not the feed screen. Okay, we're going to give you another meat. I'm running out of meat, but since I slept, Tanamon will have another supply for me. So once you get Kunamon, you'll be able to go into town through this path. That's not open yet. He'll eat through those bushes. We do not yet have that unlocked. And right here you'll fight your recruit Ninjamon. I believe 20 or 25 prosperity he'll spawn. We have to go all the way down now. I could fight Kunamon and unlock that area, but I prefer to get Palmon on the beginning of day 2. That's why I upped my HP and MP, so I could recruit Palmon as soon as possible. Oh, he needs to poop. That is not good. That might be a training mistake. The chances of me getting to a toilet are not the highest. Yes, Sealamon, I would love for you to join the city. Sealamon opens a shop, so he's a good one to get early. There we go, hook, line, and sinker. It is time to run to a bathroom. Later on, I believe once we recruit Monochromon to the shop, we'll have the ability to buy portable potties, and it won't be an issue, because I'll keep like 20 on me at all times. Later on, once I unlock the money-making method in this game that everybody uses, I'll be able to obtain basically 99 of everything. Actually, might not do that in this run, depends on how I'm feeling. It is like the money-making method, but it's also kind of cheap because you just buy items from your shop, go over to a trader, and just trade him for an item that sells for 4 times the money. So it's not like the best way to earn money. It's kind of boring and it just gives you infinite money basically. So I may decide that I'm not going to do that. I don't know. We'll see how this run's looking. And these are treasure chests, basically. They just give you random items. This is a vending machine. There's only one vending machine in the game that is even worth buying from. This is not one of them. I believe you can buy meat in the shop for 100 bits, and this is 300, and we're right next to town. Insane inflation. I don't know who in their right mind thought that that was a good idea. Normally vending machines are cheaper than shops in real life. I don't know why they thought vending machines should be expensive. But that's what they decided, I guess, for this game. Here, and so these little signs are nice. They tell you where things are. This is Mount Panorama. We don't have that unlocked yet. I don't actually know what the unlock condition for Mount Panorama is, but I do know about when it unlocks. I don't think it's a prosperity unlock, I believe. Oh, there's a happy mushroom right here. So happy mushrooms are really nice because they do the same thing blue apples do basically, but without the weight gain from them. They just raise your happiness a bunch. I do not know the effects of this shop, the effects of lowered happiness and discipline on your Digimon's lifespan. There's conflicting data on that, what people say online. Some people say it lowers it, some people say it doesn't matter. There are certain Digivolutions where you have to lower your happiness, Nanimon, but, or Bomber Nanimon, but that's neither here nor there. It won't really matter. I'll be keeping my happiness and discipline up pretty high. So I think I'm going to start with striking, which is your attack, your offense. 94, so one more of that, and I'll be maxed out on striking. So here's another explanation for training. So in your home gym, every training station has two different stats that it gives you. One of them is your main stat, so in that case it was offense, and then the secondary stat is in a circle. So offense trains your offense and your speed, speed trains your speed and your HP, and then HP trains your HP and offense. Same for defense, brains, and MP. I guess I'll finish off actually the offensive circle with speed training. And I'll get that up to 100. In this game, so the way training works is when you hit begin training, your Digimon will actually just go through an animation for like, I think a full in-game hour. I don't know how long it lasts, but if you hit triangle, it just cancels out that animation and you get full points. So that's a way to save a lot of time. That's basically just wasted time. There's no reason to go through that animation. I have no idea what my speed is at. I was not paying attention. I'll check in a second. He's gonna want another one of those because he didn't do it. He does a little happy dance when he's full. You'll see it right here probably. Boom, there's his happy dance. I'll let him poop in a second. When you're in this pause menu, nothing actually happens to you. Okay, my speed's maxed out now. So you can actually go and pause the game whenever you want, if they need to poop or eat or something, and it won't bother them. While I'm over here taking a dump, I'm going to... Oh, I forgot to fight Palmon. Okay. I'm gonna take my dump, then I'm gonna fight Palmon, and then I'm gonna grab my big meat for the, or my huge meat for the day, whatever it's called. Giant meat, huge meat, it varies depending on the game you're playing, so it's hard for me to keep track of what the naming scheme is. I believe it's... Is it hunk of meat in this game? We'll see in a second. What do you... That's a Madoki Betamon. It's basically just a recolor of the original Betamon, which is a deeper green. You'll see it later when I go to recruit him. I could have done it when I was in the tropical jungle, but I decided not to because there's a high chance you'll end up fighting some tough Digimon out there, and I just didn't want to take the chance. Especially after the Agumon fight, I was pretty low. I could have kept myself up with heals, but there's no reason to use them this early on. Though these Madoki Betamon do drop small recoveries. Not always, but they do. So One of the other treatments in this game that I'm going to dread is... Oh, right here. A blue apple can spawn right here on the screen underneath that tree. So, that's fun. As I was saying, one of the achievements I'm going to dread in this game is getting all the techniques. It is a pain in the butt. Okay, so what makes this Palmon fight more difficult than typical fights is the fact that Palmon will poison you. And I got poisoned first. That's fine. Poison is just damage over time. Sucks. That's her strong attack. I should be able to win this without any assistance from the trainer. The Agumon should have this in the bag, but if he needs a little small recovery here, I won't harm him. Another thing you can see while fighting is there's an FI in the top right underneath my MP. When that fills up, it'll say finish, and I'll be able to use a finishing move. The only thing you need to worry about finishing moves is them failing if you get hit during the animation. So see, I have it now. I'm going to wait until right after a hit so that it's not likely for her to kick me out of the animation. Or right now. And then this is the animation. You just hit R1 and L1 repeatedly, back and forth, and boom, you do a huge amount of damage. Yatta! I love that little saying he does every time he wins. And I got a brain chip. I actually survived with quite a bit of health in that fight, so I think I'm gonna go grab Kunamon while I'm here in the forest. I don't usually do this, but he's right there, and I don't think it'll be an issue. That red Vegemon will kill you. And your Digimon only has 3 lives, by the way, in this game. So if you die 3 times, new Digimon. Hey, what's up? The problem with this Kunamon is you have to get his box, and sometimes it's pretty hard to hit. You have to give him a piece of your food. I just gave him a mushroom right there. Pretty simple. I believe Kunamon uses Electric Cloud as his main attack, which can stun you, so you gotta be careful of that. But I should be able to with I might need to use an MP floppy. I'll probably most definitely need to use an HP disc, or small recovery is what they're called actually. But it seems like I was stun locking him until he deflected it. Now they're hiding behind the tree. Of course they are. Yeah, see here, I'm going to use a small recovery so that I don't have to use a restore. Because restores are much harder to obtain. Later on you can buy them, but by the time you can buy restores, you should be strong enough that you don't need them. So, this first Digimon is going to go through a lot of training because I am going to go to Ultimate. A lot of people say that Ultimates are impossible first generation, or they're really hard, or it's just not doable. They're lying to you. Ultimates are easily doable as long as you know what you're doing. Digimon have very specific requirements, and I will say the one thing you cannot do first generation is you cannot get Ultimate stats. 100%, I will agree. But most Ultimates you don't need the stats for. Like, I'm gonna go for Metal Greymon on my first Digimon. Just ignore the stat requirements. You will be training, most definitely. But you won't be training for Metal Greymon's specific stats. You will be training for 30 battles. You'll be training to get him to, I believe it's 35 weight. And you'll be training to get... I say training to get 35 weight. You'll be feeding him a lot. So he got injured from that fight because he was low HP, so I'm just going to give him a little bandage and he's going to be all fine and good. And so now, if we go up here, that has unlocked this alternate route into town, which is going to be much faster for going to the jungle and back. It's right here across from the bridge. And so now we have the bridge, and we have the Kunamon route. We have a lot done in this first episode. This is a very busy episode. I'm going to finish it off with, I guess, a little bit of training. I'm going to go grab my meat from Palmon. Make sure I do that on this day before. Rolls over to night so that when I wake up I should be able to grab another set of meat. And we'll see what it's finally called. Oh, this is where Tanamon goes. She's resting. She never has to work another day in her life because I recruited Palmon. Oh, got my 3 pieces of meat. Okay, let's see what it's called. Was I right? It's called nothing because I have a full inventory. Joke's on you. I don't get meat. That's easy. That's an easy fix. That's why we recruited Agumon. He opens the bank, which is just an item depository. You keep your spare items. Here he is. Yes, I would like to use the bank. So usually most of the things I keep in the bank are medicine because you don't need it very often. All of my chips that I obtain, you don't really need them. Happy mushroom early on, I'm not going to need on me. Medium MP, I'm not going to need on me early on. And that should be all I need to put away. Mushrooms I want, small recovery I want, MP I want, restore, and bandage I want. Because I can get injured, like you saw, so I might want a bandage on me. I'm probably not going to need this other bandage or that medicine. I'll probably end up selling them because once we get to Centurumon, we won't need those items because Centurumon will heal us for 300 coins. And there it is, giant meats is what it's called. 3 giant meats, there we go. So now every day from now on, we'll get giant meats coming to Palmon. When I'm doing my training days, I normally go to Palmon when I need to poop because that's the easiest way to do it. And from here on, I will be giving Agumon, I think I can get away with usually 1 mushroom and a giant meat. But I haven't been training today, so he won't. Did that not fill him up? No, it did, right? Hold up. Easy way to tell if it fills him up is you just go to Digimon here, and right under condition, there will be a hunger symbol if he's not full. He is full. So, next training is we need some discipline. Or not discipline, we need some defense. Defense and brains are going to be the hardest to grab early on. And rerouting back to my earlier conversation, I believe I just remembered under training mistakes category, I've heard, and I don't know the legitimacy of this, I've heard sleeping while needing to poop and or being hungry does not count as a training mistake. Don't take my word on that. I don't risk it because I don't want to, but I've heard it doesn't count. So that is what people say. And by people, I mean random strangers on the internet, mostly in Reddit. So I'm going to try to give him a mushroom. I'm hoping this doesn't fill him up. Let's see. It filled him up. Oh well. Mushrooms still keep your weight about even, but every time you poop, you lose about 3 weight, which is pretty darn bad. So the reason I stopped there at 99 is because I can get that 1 from like an MP training or something. So there's no point in training up that 1, wasting an hour on it when I can get that 1 from MP. So if I go back, all I need now for the rest of Agumon's lifespan is 1 brains training, 1 MP training, and he'll have all the stats to become a Greymon. I do need to get his weight up more. He needs to be at about 25, I believe, for a Greymon. 20 to 30 is the range. You have a range of 10 weight you can be at. So I'll have weight. You need 3 things. So to get a Digivolution, there's 3 requirements. You need stats, weight, happiness / discipline. That's a bonus feature. And then I believe there's other bonus features such as battles and a number of techniques known, but each bonus feature only counts as 1. So let's say Metal Greymon, for example, has 49 techniques learned, I believe, or 30 battles. I believe you can only get 1 of those. The bonuses are one for a bonus. You can't get techniques and battles. It won't work that way. So I'll do my last brains training. There we go, and I got to 100, so I learned new techniques for battle. I'm going to attempt to give him a mushroom again. I could be screwing over his weight. We'll see. I am. I'm going to stop doing that. It's a risky maneuver, but it's not been working out for me, so I need to start giving him the giant meats. And there we go. All of my stats, if we go and look at him. are over 100. 1,000 for the HP and MP, but over 100. So those are Greymon stat requirements. Weight needs to be in between 20 and 30. Age needs to be at 3. So we've got one more day to get there. I believe that'll give us all the stuff we need. This is the technique screen. You have your final down there. His is Pepper Breath, and then you have... These are all the techniques you can learn in the game. I have Spitfire, because that's what Agumon starts with. You can only learn techniques if your Digimon can learn that technique. So like Agumon can only learn these gray techniques and not these black ones. But once they know a technique, it stays with them for their entire lifespans. So now that we have the stats, I'm going to be ending this episode off right here. I'm actually going to go save the game. We slept quite a while ago, so there's 2 ways to save this game. One is sleeping. And there's an option when you sleep, it just says sleep, or it says go to sleep, or save and go. That's just they cut off go to sleep because they didn't have enough room. I'll talk to Yuramon real quick. It says, I'll explain the city. Okay, for some reason, I hope I didn't go to that area too fast for him. But the other way to save is either in Digimon's house or in the arena. There will be these Digivice stations, and you can save at these. He's giving me an explanation of it. So you can save here. I just saved in the first slot if you don't want to save when sleeping. That's the only other way to save in this game. So, I'll end the episode off there. I hope you had fun watching me. I hope I explained everything well enough for you. And I hope you will watch episode 2 when it comes out. See you all next time.